This is Rugby Merlin and welcome back to the channel. This is my review of Australia versus South Africa in the Rugby Championship 2024. So the game is just finished and I gotta say it was a pretty entertaining match for a lot of reasons, lots of drama, a few nice tries and yeah, lots to talk about. So let's get into it. So a good start for South Africa. They put it down there, lots of possession. Some big carries again, but very physical defence from the Australians, which they did well all through the game. They cough up a couple of penalties though, and that would continue throughout the match. They're really going to have to improve the discipline if they want to do anything in this rugby championship. Sasha gets a kick goal at the second opportunity from the penalty and completely scuffs it. So you're thinking, oh no, not again. The curse of the South African kicker is on him, but proved not to be the case because he kicked well out of hand, finding some good touch, and South Africa go on the attack, and they've developed this new line-out play where they just switch the point of attack and work really well, bread and butter for them, because they're so powerful in the rolling maul, and they get the first try, which Sasha does slot over from the corner. So 7-0 up with about 10 minutes gone. South Africa are really putting the ball through the hands well when they get the opportunity, and there's a beautiful break by Sasha and busts through the midfield. He's a very rangy runner, but quick too, and makes a great break. It looks for all the world like South Africa have about 5-man overlap, and he feeds it out. It goes to Billy LaRue, who sees glory. He smells the try line and goes himself. I think he had like 3 men outside him, and a good tackle from the Australian player, but he should have given it, and it looked like the try was beckoning, but not to be. But South Africa really are, and they did this all through the match. The beautiful hands, made the ball work for them really well, and good play. South Africa did miss out on that try scoring opportunity, but they do get another one. Lowe put in some fantastic work in the first half. The number 8 who's come in, I thought he was really great, particularly in the first half. Made some really nice yards and very, very strong boy, and he loves the contact. So I thought he played really well, and yeah, he could be a keeper. I think maybe tough to say on that just first half performance, but he looked very, very good. So he was prominent in South Africa's attacks and then gaining yardage. And eventually, when they do get down to Australia's line, again a ball goes out through hands, and PTSD. Peter Steph to Toy on an absolutely phenomenal line, steaming in, and is like, there's about 5 meters to the try line. Nobody is going to stop him from there. I mean, he's taller than 5 meters, isn't he? And he gets over for South Africa's second try, which was again a very nice one. It does get a bit scrappy. Australia's discipline is still letting them down. They haven't tightened it up at all, and it's just letting South Africa get back maintain their dominance in the match. So Australia are just not able to clear their lines. There's a big stoppage. The referee goes to the TMO for a couple of things towards the end of the half, and Kellaway gets a yellow for like a lift tackle on Reinach, I think it was. I'm not sure about it. I was watching it live and listening to commentary, and everyone in their comments was saying, oh, it was a definite red, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty harsh. It seemed like, maybe I have to watch it again. This is just after the match, but it seemed like it didn't come down on his head. I don't know. Maybe a yellow then in the end was a fair decision. But again, Australia's discipline is really costing them. So they're down to 14 men going into the second half. And before they can get into the sheds for a little bit of a breather, Arensa, when South Africa are on the attack, dancing feet, so difficult to stop. This is lightning quick, especially off the mark, which is what you notice about him. Just is like his 0 to 60, if you want to put it like that, is like unbelievable. And very good individual try, and skips over for South Africa's third try at this point. So going into the halftime whistle, it's 21-0 to South Africa. So at halftime, you've got to say South Africa absolutely dominating, especially in the stats. I had a look at the stats at halftime, and it was incredible, like run meters, tackles, broken, territory, all of that possession, and South Africa completely dominating. So I will say that Australia can actually be take a positive note that they're only 3 tries down. Because they did stick in there. You got to give that to them. It wasn't a great performance from them by any means, but you respect the courage of those young lads. A lot of them are, going up against the world champs, and I thought they put their bodies on the line. Which is all you can ask for from a rugby player, really. At the end of the day, so they down 20 plus points, and they're gonna have a hell of a uphill struggle to get back in this match. So let's see how it goes in the second half. Australia don't have the greatest of starts to the second half. They fluff a line out, kick-off reception, and then get muled in the scrum, even though that Slipper has come on to try and shore up that Australian scrum. But you can see they're desperately trying to play themselves into the match, but they just don't have the skill set at this time in their development. And as soon as South Africa do get a sniff, the beautiful hands that they've been developing under the new attack coach Tony Brown just look so threatening, and they almost get over for another try almost instantly on the counter attack. So Australia working hard, but South Africa looking dangerous. It's South Africa's turn to defend because Australia finally managed to get a bit of possession, put the phases together, and make South Africa defend, and South Africa do a good job. They're unable to penetrate the BOKS defence, and again the BOKS, as soon as they get opportunity turning around, they get right back down the other end. Looks like Arensa's over in the corner, but foot in touch. However, as soon as they go through a few more phases, Kwagau's come on for low, who played really well. He powers over just next to the posts and gets South Africa's 1, 2, 3, 4th try. So it's right in front, so kicked, and 28-0 now. And right from the kickoff, brilliant hands. Again, I can't stress how beautiful it was to watch the BOKS put the ball through hands like that. And Jesse Creel busts through the line, head up, nice hand, ball in 2 hands. You underestimate how many players don't do that these days, and it's such a key component. He's looking both sides for support. Beautiful pass out wide to Arensa, who's in acres of space and just skips over for his second try, I think that is. So just wondering now, with 33-0, 15 minutes to go, are the floodgates going to open? And Australian fans are going to be worried about this last 10-15 minutes. Fair play to the Australians though, they stick in there, and it's hard work for them. It's been a tough all day at the office, but they stick to the job and get a bit of luck, I think, in the last 10-15 minutes. Marks is the first one, makes head contact with Valentini. Makes a bit of a show for the ref, but he does crack him on the jaw, and I was a bit worried for Marks actually. I've seen those given as red, I gotta be honest, so I was eagerly anticipating the decision, because a red would mean a ban, which the Rugby Championship is only like 3-4 games, so you would have missed the majority of it, and that's not what you want for him at the moment, coming back from that huge injury. Fortunately, later in the game he was judged to be yellow, but he should tread lightly, I think. Make sure he's spotless in the next couple of games. The scrum half for Australia, I think, has come on, the Blondie. He's really making a meal of and milking every penalty he can, and it works well for Australia. I got to say, that's kind of the Australian way, right? You need a chopsy pain in the bottom, number 9, getting penalties for you, and that's kind of how they traditionally played. And he does a good job of that. I thought he looked good. I think he's taken the kicks as well, so I was kind of impressed with him. And they get another man, South Africa get another man, Van Staden this time. The scrum half gets him yellowed, lying on the wrong side. It was a bit of a lazy play from him, but down to 13 now with 10 to go. So can Australia finally get a try? Eventually they do. They score, and I think they deserved it. Paisani over in the corner, It's kicked from the touchline, and 33-7. There was another yellow for South Africa before the game ended. This time Jesse Creel gets done for a deliberate knock-on. I mean, you know, whether you agree with that law or not, I mean, I see them given all the time. He said I was going for the two hands. It's not what it looked like, but yeah, all of them are harsh, I think, in this game. But yeah, that's the way it goes. But the game is well and truly won by South Africa and a very big margin. I said 20 points, and it turned out to be 26, so I'm far away, but resounding win. I thought Sasha Feinberg was fantastic. He made errors, just as I predicted he would, and every player does, but he recovered from them really well and kept his head up and, you know, kept doing his job. So yeah, very impressive. I thought the number 8, I thought was amazing in the first half. I really did like him. He looked so powerful, and he's kind of a lanky guy, like a long dude. So yeah, it's very strong, and he loves the contact, which is the most important thing. So lots of positives, I think, for South Africa. They need to tighten up on a few things. They're introducing some beautiful play, set pieces going well, those line out moves really working well for them. As for Australia, good passion, good heart, good guts and grit from them, but that discipline, man, you can't concede penalties like that and expect to stay in the match. Particularly against the world champions, you know. So they have some positives. What they would say is we got stuffed, yes, but, you know, if we play better, then we can, you know, improve. So they weren't at their best, and they actually take a bit of a positive from that, because they have things to work on and they can get better and see what they can do then when they're firing on all cylinders. But you know, the game was exciting, I got to be honest, and I enjoyed every minute of it. So yeah, congrats to the BOKS, and on to the next one coming soon. Bye.